have this friend named Scott, and Scott likes to request these ridiculous movies because he knows that they're ridiculous and that I'm probably going to have a hard time sitting through them. It's Scott's birthday. Happy birthday, Scott! And I thought I would watch the movie that he requested. I suffered through it. Is better the correct term? Zardoz. What the actual fuck? Originally they wanted Burt Reynolds to play the main character, Zed. Burt Reynolds didn't want to do this movie. I can't even imagine why. And in order to make up for the fact that they couldn't get Burt Reynolds, they dressed Sean Connery like Burt Reynolds. The 70s porno stache and long braided hair. This is a coincidence. I'm not straightening my hair in 95-degree weather. Sean Connery plays this sort of barbarian guy who wears like little red panties and a crisscross suspenders, I guess. They look like the ammo holsters, like where you have the bullets and the shells. Those things. He never seems to use them, so they serve no purpose other than decoration to hold up his itty-bitty red panties. He's also wearing thigh-high brown leather boots, because why not? In the first 5 minutes of the movie, a floating head made of rock gives a lecture to all of the barbarians about how killing is good and penises are bad, and then he vomits a bunch of shotguns and rifles and pistols all over all of the barbarians. Zed, played by Sean Connery, is the main character barbarian guy who sneaks aboard the floating head, and he kind of killed the voice of the floating head, which is sort of like a revelation of killing one's own god. It's either hippies or Marilyn Manson who said that. It's been a while. And he finds vacuum-sealed naked people, you know, to keep them from feeling not so fresh. The whole movie then proceeds to take Zed into this other vortex vector section place where all of these hippies are running around who have chosen to live forever, that's handy, but are so bored with themselves now that they're basically begging for any sort of death-like release. What I don't understand is the fact that they're so bored with themselves that they still judge this barbarian invading their culture instead of sort of reveling in this newfound being that they don't really interact with. They just want to do away with him instead of kind of, I don't know, having some fun, mixing things up a little bit. There is this one woman who seems to kind of convince them that Zed's okay, but it seems like she just wants to do Zed, so she's got like ulterior motives. There's this one point where Zed's met this pure exhaustion and he needs to be brought back, so one of the immortals tries to heal him, and while talking to him she basically says, if you're ever feeling weak, take strength from this. She picks a random leaf off a random tree next to her. And just one leaf. Like, that's not gonna nourish anybody. Is it supposed to be a metaphor? Is it a magic leaf? Shortly after he's given the magic leaf, he's caught in like this weird hallway with a huge group of people trying to hide from the people who are trying to kill him. One crazy lady basically touches his lips, brings her finger to her own lips, and perks up and realizes that she can take energy from him. Then she decides that touching his lip and then touching her own lip isn't enough, and so she kisses him. She realizes that works even better. Then she kisses another person, and they all start kissing each other, and there's a mass orgy in the middle of the fucking hallway. By the way, this is the opportunity where he gets exhausted from all of the making out and chooses to eat the leaf. Magic leaf! I feel like it's one of those movies that it's so ridiculous you can't just listen to somebody tell you how ridiculous it is. You kind of have to watch it to believe how ridiculous it is for yourself. So don't take my word for it. Watch this movie and play this drinking game and see for yourself just how absolutely bonkers this movie is. And wish Scott a happy birthday. Drink anytime there's gunfire. Because killing is good. Penises are bad. Drink anytime anyone's memories are shown, either on a screen or in a flashback for your benefit. Drink anytime anyone kisses or has sex, or has a giant hallway orgy. Drink anytime anyone says tabernacle, which sounds like a useless made-up word, but it's this thing that they're searching for in the movie. It sounds like a word that a kid would make up to swear when they're not allowed to swear. Like how SpongeBob says tartar sauce. Oh, tabernacle. Drink anytime anyone uses their weird telekinetic power. Oh yeah, by the way, the immortals who have chosen to be immortal have some weird telekinetic power. Now you're all caught up. Or, and I mean no disrespect to the people who follow the love, peace, and freedom lifestyle, but you could throw out all of the aforementioned rules and just drink anytime someone does anything hippy-dippy like. I think that would be perfectly acceptable. It's just a lot. Happy birthday, Scott.